Hidden beneath the waves and along the shores, mysterious creatures appear when you least expect it. Massive in size and bizarre in appearance, life underwater will leave you wondering what's really out there. So, stay with us and see what happened when a fisherman caught a river monster.
Watch when Don grabs his tail right now. Watch this, guys.
The fisherman stared in shock as his line pulled tight. Something huge was on the other end, nearly pulling him into the water. After a long struggle, the fisherman finally brought the creature to the surface. It was a Goliath grouper, a giant fish that can grow over 8 feet long and weigh over 800 pounds. Its strong body and broad head made it one of the biggest fish in the sea. For him, this wasn't just any catch. It was a once-in-a-lifetime moment.
This thing is next level. There he is, he's got it.
Shocking encounter.
Look at the size of that shark, guys. It's over 30.
The fisherman had no idea his plan would lead to such an incredible encounter. He had hooked a smaller reef shark to catch a big fish when suddenly a massive tiger shark appeared. This giant tiger shark attacked and ate the smaller reef shark. Tiger sharks are known to eat other sharks. Their strong jaws and sharp teeth let them consume a wide variety of prey, including smaller shark species. The fisherman bravely grabbed the tail of the tiger shark. It was a rare and exciting moment for him as he saw his plan work out perfectly.
This boat's 30, he's almost half of it.
Giant carcass. A 7-ton carcass emerged in Karachi, leaving everyone stunned. At the port, fishermen pulled out a 12-meter-long shark. It was so massive that 2 cranes were needed to lift it from the water. Curious crowds gathered, eager to catch a glimpse of the giant creature. Experts speculated the cause of its lifelessness. Change in water temperature or pollution might have caused the shark to rise to the surface and eventually wash ashore. This incident sparked conversations about the hidden impacts of human activity on marine life. Lucky catch. Did you ever think a river could hide giants? Well, this fisherman didn't until he caught one, standing by the riverbank, holding his catch with both hands. This wasn't just any fish, it was a Welsh catfish. A rare giant that can grow over 6 feet long and weigh hundreds of pounds. The fisherman couldn't believe its size and strength as he looked at the fish. One question crossed his mind. Should he follow the catch and release tradition, or was this catch too special to let go? Mysterious catch. A fisherman caught this weird fish in a pond, but the really strange part? It had these eye-like spots all over its body. Pretty wild, right? Those spots might help confuse predators. It was a knife fish. It can grow up to 5 feet long and loves to eat. It can swim both forward and backward. How cool is that? Instead of keeping it, the fisherman decided to let it go. He watched it glide away. It made you wonder, did nature design this fish to survive in all sorts of ways? Two-faced creature. Near the sea, an expert discovered a strange creature. The fish had 2 mouths and more than 2 eyes, with its wide-open mouth making it even more bizarre. Its strange shape and unnatural features were both fascinating and alarming. The experts studied it closely and realized the truth. This was no ordinary fish. It was a victim of pollution. The toxic waters had mutated its body, creating a living warning of the troubles humans are causing to the ocean. Tale of the deep.
Can't tell me this isn't a fucking mermaid tail.
A group of marine biologists were working on the beach, taking samples of fish. Then they spotted an unusual sight. It wasn't a whale carcass. It was a massive white tail. Its scales and shape were unlike anything they'd ever seen. Later, they learned it was a real mermaid tail. The discovery left the biologists stunned. What they thought were myths from old stories now seem to be part of reality. Now, with this sighting, science has a lot to uncover, as mermaids no longer belong to books alone.
I'm not gonna lie, it smells.
It does.
Blue-eyed fish.
Right, we're not doing this to harm him.
A local spotted a strange fish peeking out from a small hole in the sand. As he got closer, holding a fishing spear, the fish stared back with its glowing blue eyes. Unlike typical fish, it wasn't just glancing, it was observing him. When the spear touched the water, the fish snapped at it and quickly disappeared into its burrow. It was a jawfish, a small creature often found in coastal areas. These fish dig burrows in the sand to live in, which may protect them from predators or serve as hidden homes for mating. Some believe the glowing blue eyes help them spot threats or prey from a distance. Whatever the reason, the jawfish is perfectly suited to its sandy home. Aggressive catch. A fisherman spotted a strange fish in the lake. Using his fishing rod, he made a loop with a line and slowly guided the fish's head into it. As soon as the fish got caught, it popped out of the water. It was a snakehead fish, caught using a traditional method. The fisherman used a technique called noodling, or hand fishing, but with a fishing rod twist. The snakehead's predatory instincts likely caused it to rush toward the bait, making it easier for the fisherman to catch it. Known for aggressively defending its territory, the snakehead's natural reaction to strike may have made it move right into the trap. Fishing surprise! A group of fishermen pulled up their nets, but what they found left them stunned. A massive black creature covered the entire boat. It had a large fin, similar to a sailfish, but no one could figure out exactly what it was. But later, it was identified as lingard. Then, another group caught a smaller lingard, but this one wasn't like the rest. Its golden color shimmered, making it look like a rare treasure. It was hanging on the road. Fishermen then might have followed catch and release tradition, letting the beautiful fish swim away. Extraordinary encounter.
We got a big one.
A fisherman in the sea caught a fish that seemed to be missing its lower half, as if a shark had bitten it. Yet, the fish was still alive. It was a greater amberjack. The fisherman was amazed. Even though the fish was not well, it kept swimming. New skin was already growing where it was bitten. The fisherman couldn't believe how the fish was healing. It was a rare sight, and he was amazed at how the fish managed to survive such a big wound. It showed just how strong and determined it was to stay alive.
And this thing just got eaten in half.
Unexpected twist.
Here he comes. What have we got?
A fisherman spent hours trying to catch a fish. Finally, after much patience, he managed to hook one. But just as he was about to reel it in, a white shark appeared out of nowhere. It snatched the fish right off the line and swam away, leaving the fisherman stunned. Disappointment followed quickly, knowing all his effort had gone to waste. It was a harsh reminder that no one can control what happens in the sea, and surprises are always waiting beneath the surface.
Did you see that?
Rare catch. A Thai fisherman caught a strange fish on Koh Bong Bong with features resembling a human face. It weighed 2.7 kilograms and measured 42 centimeters long. The fish had bulging blue eyes on top of its head and a thick, upward-facing mouth with no teeth. Experts later confirmed it as the UUK fish, also known as the giant UUB fish. This rare species lives in the Gulf of Thailand and the Andaman coast. Due to their small population, they are rarely seen, making this catch extremely unusual. Whenever you are going for a catch in Koh Bong Bong, just pray, so you can spot the one for you as well. Strange catch.
Nice catch.
In the murky waters, a fisherman expected nothing unusual, but this time, things were different. What he pulled up wasn't just another fish. It was a suckermouth catfish. Its strange mouth and odd behavior made it a unique catch. This fish, known for eating wood, comes from Central and South America. While common as pets, seeing one in the wild is rare. Catching it with bare hands made the encounter even more surprising.
Octopus, they're from Central South America.
Trunked fish. And here comes a strange surprise beneath the waves. It had the body of a fish, but with a long, elephant-like trunk. Its vibrant colors made it stand out in the water. As the fisherman pulled it closer, it seemed to be staring at him. Maybe this was a rare genetic mutation. The changing environment could have caused it. The fisherman released the creature, watching its trunk disappear into the deep. Maybe it was just a strange accident, or maybe the river is changing in ways we haven't fully understood yet. Unusual catch. A strange fish was caught by these fishermen that looked nothing like the usual catch. This fish had thick, human-like lips and strong teeth. Its powerful teeth were used to crush coral and mollusk shells with ease. The fishermen realized it was a triggerfish, a species known for its unusual appearance and behavior. Triggerfish are not just unique in looks, but they are also highly territorial. They can be very aggressive, especially when protecting their area. The fisherman was both fascinated and cautious. Catching such a rare and unusual creature was an unforgettable moment for him. Ocean giants. A drone camera caught a strange fish moving in the ocean, like it wasn't alone. As the camera zoomed in, it became clear. It was part of a group of basking sharks. These massive creatures are the second largest fish in the world, after the whale shark. They can grow as long as 10 meters and weigh up to 3 tons. Finding one under 3 meters is rare. Some reports claim they've seen them as long as 12 meters, though there's no proof. Unlike the whale shark, the basking shark swims with its mouth wide open, filtering seawater for plankton. Mutant catch. In a New Zealand lake, a fisherman made a strange catch. He pulled up a strange-looking fish, a mutant brown trout. This fish had no upper jaw, while its lower jaw stretched long with sharp teeth. Its golden brown scales gleamed, marked with dark, uneven spots. Brown trout are known for their strength and agility, but this one stood out for its unique condition. After taking a moment to admire it, the fisherman released the trout back into the water, letting it swim free once more. Ocean giant. A fisherman on the Mediterranean coast of Ceuta caught a giant sea monster. It was hanging from his boat. It turned out to be a sunfish carcass. The fish was over 10 feet long and could weigh more than 4,000 pounds. Sunfish, or mola mola, are huge. They are some of the biggest bony fish in the world. They can grow over 10 feet long and weigh over 4,000 pounds. They have flat bodies and big triangular fins. This find was rare, but it reminds us how much the ocean still hides. Conjoined calves. In Mexico's Ojo de Libre lagoon, a fisherman found a pair of conjoined whale calves. The calves weighed half a ton, measured 4 meters long, and were joined at the midsection. They were unlike anything seen before, with 2 heads, double fins, and 2 tails. Scientists believe incomplete separation during the embryonic stage led to this rare condition. Well, survival was impossible, and both were lifeless. Researchers collected skin, muscle, and baleen samples to study this unusual case, believed to be the first ever documented conjoined whale twins. River mystery. A fisherman in Indonesia had an unexpected encounter by the river. He saw a huge creature washed up on the shore, 23 meters long and 4 meters wide. It lay still, catching the attention of everyone nearby. As people gathered around, whispers spread. They recalled how a few villagers had mysteriously vanished after entering the river. The locals started to believe this creature was behind it. The river wasn't just home to fish. It had been hiding a beast, one no one had ever expected to find. Colossal catch. Fishing trips are usually quiet, but this one ended with a discovery that shocked an entire town. The fishermen had just pulled a massive creature out of the river. Word got out quickly. Before they knew it, the entire town had gathered by the riverbank, measuring 20 feet long. This was the largest one ever recorded. Experts rushed in, trying to cover the area, but it was too late. Someone had already caught it all on camera. It wasn't just any crocodile. This was the largest one ever recorded. Crocodiles have been around for over 200 million years, dominating their ecosystems. But this one, it shattered all the records. Shore discovery. A fisherman was walking along the shore when a strange shape caught his eye. Half buried in the sand, it was massive. As he got closer, he saw it clearly. It looked like a massive pale blob lying on the beach, with nothing on it that would show what it might be. The guy thought it might be a globster, the remains of a deep water creature. Mostly whale carcasses wash up like this, half decomposed. But the sight was alarming. Some people blame environmental pollution for such a loss. What do you think? Scary fish. This fisherman caught one heck of a scary fish. It lay on the deck showing scary needle-like teeth. Slowly, he inched his hand toward the fish's mouth, hoping it would take the food gently. But as he got closer, he found out that it was a monkfish that snapped its mouth open, ready to eat anything coming on its way. What should have been a simple catch quickly turned into a moment of pure fear. Would you dare to catch it in your next fishing trip? Hidden monster. Ever held a fish so big it felt like it could tear through anything? A fisherman stood in the Congo River holding a massive fish. This wasn't just large, it was one of the river's most powerful predators, a Goliath tigerfish. Its body shimmered and its sharp teeth could cut through anything in its path. The locals believe the Goliath tigerfish carries a myth. They say anyone who touches this creature will forever feel the power of the river coursing through them. Whether this is a blessing or a warning is still unclear. He released the fish back into the water, unsure of what might happen if he held on to it for too long. Silent predator. In a calm lake, tiny fish swam peacefully, nibbling at floating food. The water was still, undisturbed. Then, without warning, ripples spread across the surface. A massive shape rose, breaking the calm. The giant fish left the smaller one skittering away and got on to feeding. It wasn't just any fish. It was a pirarara, the undisputed queen of the water. Well, pirarara is its Brazilian name. It's more commonly known as the red-tail catfish. Shore mystery. In Haiti, a fisherman spotted a strange creature lying on the shore. A large crowd gathered, eager to see what he had found. The creature was massive, its unusual shape impossible to ignore. At first glance, it looked like the carcass of a fish, but its odd features left everyone puzzled. Some whispered it might be a whale, washed ashore by storms or pollution, disturbing the ocean's balance. The mysterious discovery left the crowd amazed, a rare encounter with the unknown depths of the ocean. Dark discovery.
Look at that.
Off the coast of southeastern North Carolina, a boat captain noticed a dark creature gliding through the water. Only its head was visible, while the rest of its body stayed hidden below. As it swam closer, the captain couldn't make out its shape clearly. Could it be the Loch Ness Monster? Nessie is often described as a long-necked creature with humps, a legend from Scotland's lakes. The captain couldn't believe his eyes. Instead of a fish, he found himself face to face with this legendary creature. Unusual discovery. A fisherman found a massive, lifeless carcass floating near Jaber Bridge in Kuwait. The carcass belonged to the whale that had already started to decompose. Its size and the strange location raised questions about how it ended up so far from its natural habitat. The whale might have gotten lost, possibly due to illness or disorientation. Pollution could have stressed it, leading it into shallow waters where it couldn't survive. Whatever the cause, the whale's appearance raised concerns about the health of the local marine ecosystem. Giant surprise! The fisherman had no idea the lake was hiding a big surprise. He cast his line, thinking it would be a normal catch, but when he started reeling, the water moved and a huge shape appeared. At first, he thought it was an anaconda because of its long, shiny body, but as it came closer, he saw it was a Wells catfish. These giant fish can grow over 13 feet long and look like something out of a story. The fisherman couldn't believe his eyes. He never thought he'd catch such a giant monster instead of an ordinary fish. Tentacle grip. By the river, a strange creature caught a visitor's attention. It had wrapped all 8 tentacles around an old stone pillar, holding it tightly. Cracking sounds came from the pillar as if it might break. The visitor moved closer, trying to understand what was happening. It was a giant octopus. Whether it was playing or testing its strength, the sight was unforgettable. Would you dare to get close enough of the octopus? If you were in his place, it's better to have a distance. You never know what will be its next move, as now land also belongs to it. Biggest catch. In a river in Canada, a fisherman reeled in what he thought was his biggest catch yet. But as it broke the surface, he realized it was a sturgeon. These ancient creatures are famous for their unusual appearance, and this one was no exception. Its rough, bumpy skin and pointed fins made it look like it had come from another time. The fisherman carefully recorded it, amazed by the size and strength of the creature. He was lucky enough, as a sight like this is one not many get to experience. Hidden secret. Instead of ordinary stones, there was a much greater secret hidden in the water. In a lake, a fisherman captured a strange black object on camera. At first glance, it looked like stones in the water, but the truth was far more extraordinary. Soon the video went viral, and citizens thought it might be tree branches floating, while others thought it might be the hand of a ghost haunting the lake. Soon the lake became famous for its sightings. Whenever you are around the lake, just be mindful to record. You never know, you could spot it. Lake encounter. Locals spotted 2 massive creatures in a lake. One stayed behind, while the other moved closer, its head submerged, body gliding beneath the surface. It swam swiftly, trailing their boat. Suddenly, it crawled out of the water and stood still. It was a hippo. Hippos are known for their territorial nature, especially in water. When boats or people enter their space, they often perceive it as a problem. This behavior explains why the hippo followed the boat, either to defend its territory or protect its young. Shark discovery. Along the coast of Ireland, a local stumbled upon an unusual sight. A strange creature lay on the sand, its presence enough to make anyone stop. It appeared to be a carcass, but not of any fish they had seen. The creature's skin was rough like a shark. At first, they thought it might be a basking shark, but when they got closer, the creature's odd eyes made them second guess. The bizarre, spiked body left the fishermen in disbelief. They couldn't explain it. Nothing about this creature seemed familiar. According to some, the creature might have been caught in a disaster. Others believed it was probably chased by a larger predator. If you ever come across such a carcass, it's best to stay away, as they can carry harmful bacteria. Moving arms. On Sentosa Island near Singapore, a fisherman made an unusual catch. He pulled out a creature with nearly 100 moving arms. It looked like a mix of a starfish and an octopus. Unsure of what it was, he shared a video online. Soon, people identified it as a basket sea star. It belonged to the family of the brittle star. Though not as well known as regular starfish, these fascinating creatures are very real. The fisherman was lucky. How often does anyone get to witness such a rare and extraordinary creature? It's a reminder that sometimes fortune favors the curious one. Stream mystery. In the mountains of Japan, a tourist saw an unusual sight in a stream. At first, it looked like a fish, but as it came closer, it became clear. It was a baby dragon. This dragon could be a symbol of chaos, like the ones often fought by knights in epic battles. Or it could be a symbol of good luck, as seen in Chinese culture, where dragons are protectors. Maybe dragons never left. They've just been hiding all this time. Soon the lake became famous for its dragon sighting. Uninterested hunger. A local threw a piece of food into the water. As a fish moved forward to grab it, another fish quickly swam in. But I wasn't interested in the food. It was an arapaima, one of the largest and most powerful freshwater fish in the world. She wasn't alone. 2 others swam nearby. The arapaima didn't eat the food, maybe because it didn't like it. Arapaimas are carnivores and usually eat smaller fish or crustaceans. Perhaps it was too small for such a giant. In the wild, even the most powerful creatures have their own preferences. Mysterious encounter. In the murky waters of Mato Grosso, Brazil, a fisherman spotted 2 massive creatures with strange glowing eyes. He quickly tossed the fish he had caught into the water, hoping it would distract them. But the fish didn't even move. They stayed still, staring at him, their eyes menacing. They could be arapaima fish, as they are picky eaters. They usually hunt smaller fish, or so they might not have cared about the food he tossed. Or maybe their huge size meant they were looking for something bigger, something more satisfying. In those deep waters, these ancient creatures might only eat what suits their massive appetites. The fishermen couldn't help but wonder, were they waiting for something more? Mysterious encounter. The fisherman thought he was out to catch more than fish that day. While near the Greenway in Springfield, he captured footage of a strange creature in the water. A dark figure moved beneath the surface. Then, with a splash, it rose back up. The shape was unclear, but it might have been a beaver. Known for their large, flat tails, beavers create big splashes when they slap the water. The creature's movements were mysterious, but it could just be a beaver swimming. Still, its true identity remains unknown. One thing's for sure, nature has a way of keeping us on edge, never failing to surprise. Rare encounter. Out on the open sea, the fisherman suddenly spots a strange creature where there should be only fish. It had a human-like face with a long tail, like a mermaid. It appeared to be standing in the water, but as he got closer, he realized it was a dugong. Dugongs are a species of manatee and are often mistaken for mermaids due to their calm, slow-moving nature in the water. According to biologists, this rare and endangered animal belongs to the manatee family. The fisherman was in disbelief. He never expected to have such an incredible, rare encounter in the sea. Lake mystery. You've probably heard of legends about lake creatures, but recently, one of those legends might have come to life. A group of visitors at a lake filmed an unusual sight. Something moved through the water slowly. At first glance, it resembled a sea monster, like something out of an old movie. It was unexpected, almost unbelievable. Many wondered if this was the creature people had whispered about for years. Whatever it was, the lake was hiding something extraordinary, and these visitors had stumbled upon it. Triple wonder. At Green Umbrella Nursery in Weston-super-Mare, a local spotted a strange creature. When he picked it up, it looked like 3 frogs piled together. But then it moved as one. It was a 3-headed, 6-legged frog. The skin on the 3 heads was one piece. Frogs can have extra toes, but this was unusual. Pollution or climate change could have caused this. The frog's eyes and legs worked fine, but no one knows if it eats with all 3 mouths. Now, it's time for today's open discussion.
Very big.
A fisherman in Colombia made an unexpected and bizarre catch in the Columbia River. What he pulled from the water looked like a creature straight out of a monster movie. The fish resembled a prehistoric dinosaur. It turned out to be a suckermouth catfish, a species known for its tough, sharp teeth and distinctive look. While these fish can grow up to 1 meter in length, this particular one stood out for its unique features. Its dark, almost black color made it even more spooky, leaving the fisherman and others stunned by his strange discovery.
It's a real river monster.
I guess.
Yeah, man.
Thank you very much for watching the video. Do like it and share it with your friends. Subscribe to the channel and hit the bell icon to not miss any of the upcoming amazing videos. Thank you once again.